Listen, I quit. I quit doing what I should. I quit doing what everybody else told me to do. The truth is that a lot of people are going to have opinions about what you do and what you don't do and are not going to be happy that you're not doing what they think you should. Life people are always going to come at us to tell us, well, you should be doing this. Well, you should be doing that. I quit doing that and my life got better because I stopped worrying what anybody else thinks. I used to think it was wicked and sinful to not worry what other people think, and that actually to live a life I should always look at what other people do. Remember, multitude of counselors, their safety. And so I misinterpreted that verse in the Bible as always listen to what everybody else says I should do and get counsel from people because they're telling me, oh, you should be doing this. And if you're not, well, you're a bad person. And you should be doing this. And if you're not doing that, well, something's wrong with you. And I gave up doing what everybody else told me that I should do a couple years ago. I had a bunch of people come out of the woodwork and tell me that I was disobedient to God, that I was harming people, that I was hurting my family, that I was doing the worst thing, that I was the worst human on earth. Lots of accusations. But the truth is my life improved. A lot of those people, by the way, who gave me their opinions of what I should do, they're no longer in my life. Boo-hoo. Let's cry about that, right? We're so worried about losing people, especially if we're so stuck fearful and want people to like us, and we're so seeking validation because we never got validation as a kid, and so we're wanting everybody to like us. You got to get rid of that thing first off. If you're going to go after what you're called to do, what you were made to do, people are not going to be happy with you. They're not going to like you. They're going to be very angry with you, what you do. They're going to have opinions. And so if you're living your life to avoid others' opinions, you're living your life constantly doing what you should do based on what everybody tells you to do, you're not going to actually live the life that you were created for. And that's what I was doing. I was living my life based off of what everybody else told me that I was supposed to do based on the version of my life that they made up in their mind of what they thought would be the best version for my life, for me, that they created and invented and then projected onto me. And so I was living in psychosis, trying to be what everybody else commanded me to be, and felt like I was a bad person for not submitting to their version of life that I was becoming. Once I stopped doing that, I made a whole heck of a lot more money. My relationships got better. The people in my life got better. And I stopped listening to all the people that were coming at me, hurling accusations about what a horrible, terrible human being I was. About how I was destroying my life. About how I was destroying the families in my life. About how I had destroyed my family. People would literally come at me and hurl that stuff at me. And now I don't listen to that. I had people today come at me telling me stuff like that. Okay, and your point? See, some of you are too afraid to be selfish and arrogant, and you think that it's bad, wicked, and sinful to do what you want to do, and that you got to filter it through what everybody else tells you that you should do. And that if you don't, that you're a bad person unless you filter it through others' opinions. This is how I was living. That the only way to be right was to do what everyone else wanted of me. And I had to quit that because that was people pleasing. I was living my life for the approval of everybody else, not God's approval. I was actually disobeying God to make others happy, to make others like me, to make others think that I was a good person. Here's the thing. You think I'm trash? I don't care. I don't anymore. Let 1,000 people think I'm the worstless, most horrible person on planet Earth. They might think so watching this video. Doesn't bother me. And that made my life a whole lot better. As soon as I got to that place where I did not worry about being the version of me that other people invented of what they thought I should be. And I just started living my life for what I wanted. That triggers some people. Well, I can't live my life for what I want. I'm supposed to be of service. I'm supposed to be of service to everybody. I'm sorry. You're of service to people when you live the life based on what you want to do. I was not being of service to people by submitting to the version of me that they wanted me to be. All these motivational quotes and bad teaching that I had coming into my brain that other people were telling me, well, you got to be of service. Deny yourself. In the last days, lovers of self. All this crap. I hated myself. I hated who I was. I hated who God made me to be. I refused and didn't want to be the person that God made me to be because nobody liked it. Or so I thought. Because I was so focused on the approval of other people. Making them like me. Submitting to the version of me that they wanted me to be so that I was palatable enough for them so that they didn't feel uncomfortable around me. How many of you are doing the same thing? How many of you are submitting to the opinions of other people in your life, of the version of you that they want you to be so that you make them feel comfortable? How many of you are so focused on the comfortability of other people that you're denying how God made you and what he called you to? That's what I was doing. I was living my life to make others feel better about themselves and denying how I was made. No more, baby. No more. If I make somebody feel uncomfortable, good. I'm happy about that. Does that make me the most wicked human on planet Earth? Well, according to some people, it does. According to some people, it does. But their opinion doesn't matter. The opinion that matters, the only opinion that matters, is what God thinks of me. And what I think of me. And it's the same for you. Stop living your life according to other people's opinions of you and being so focused on being perfect for others. I help people that are coaches and trainers. And one of the number one things that I see the beginning coaches and trainers do is they're trying to turn themselves into the perfect version of what their potential clients want in order to get clients. And they sacrifice what they really want by submitting to other people, and they get no clients. And they wonder why. I'm living for what they want. I'm giving them what they want. No, you're not. You're worried about them disliking you. That's the problem. If you live by people's criticism, you'll die by it. And that's a choice. And many of us have been raised that way, to live by what other people think about us, to live by how other people feel about us, to submit to what other people say that we should be doing, and that to not is wicked and sinful. And that if I'm not submitting to the version of my life that you want, that I'm a horrible human being. And that's what we're taught growing up. Be a good girl. Be quiet so mommy's happy. Be a good boy. Don't speak out of turn. Slapping us in the face, telling us to be something that we're not. Silencing our voice to make us easier to be around. No, see, here's the thing. For you to be successful in business, you're going to piss people off, but you're going to attract a whole lot more people around you that resonate with you being yourself instead of becoming somebody else because, well, I just don't really like when you say it like that, Jeremiah. I just don't really like how you make me feel. And honestly, God told me that I shouldn't be listening to you because you're a wicked man. Literally got a message like that. Cool. Peace out. So many people get into this business living their life based off what other people say. If you think I'm the most wicked, violent, horrible human being on planet Earth, doesn't bother me. In fact, I invite you to believe whatever you want about me and to accuse me of anything because it has no bearing on who I am. Well, your reputation, your business is your reputation. Throw that out the window. Throw that out the window. this crap that we hold on to as frameworks of how to live our lives and how to be successful. Trying to manage a version of ourselves that other people want us to be, and submitting to the version of ourselves that everybody else tells us that we should be. And just do what you want. Just do whatever you want to do and stop living based off of what others say you should. It'll change everything for the better for you. Have a good one.